everyone, thank you for checking out my channel. I'm so glad that you could join us today. So I am here with our famous illustrator, Richard Bantigue.
Hello.
We are so glad to have him here with us. He is going to share a little bit about what it is that he's done for Lupita and the Magic of Mexico, but also he's going to share with us some of his personal projects that he's been working on. So first of all, I want to start off by thanking you, Richard, for coming to my home and for being in my fun, colorful office to talk about your projects.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. This office is very colorful. I like the vibe that's over here surrounding us. It's amazing. So I'm very happy to be here. I'm glad that we can do this,
Thank you, Richard. And for those of you that don't know, Richard and I have actually worked together on projects in the past. Back when I was president of My Voice, he actually helped design our t-shirts, and him and his team did an amazing job. So he has been continuing his work well before then and ever since then. So Richard, tell us a little bit about that. When is it that you realized that being an artist was something that you really wanted to do?
I guess it kind of started when I was like 7 or 8. I remember working on a school project, and it was like a flag day, and we're supposed to draw like a Philippine flag, because I'm from the Philippines, and growing up in the Philippines, that's like a really big deal over there. And so I know one of my uncle that he could draw, and I asked him that if he could draw me something like that, and he said that, well, why don't you learn how to draw yourself? So I started drawing on my own, and I started liking it at that age, and I guess that's where it started.
Cool.
So.
That is so neat because, something that you mentioned was really important to me, and that's that you started it at a young age, at 7 or 8 years old. And that's something that I like to focus on this channel, because I think that when we're children, those innate gifts that we have, that's when they start shining. So if we really take them into consideration and work on them when we're young, then when we're older, we really have something to show for it. So thank you for sharing that with us, Richard. I know also that you are actually a Marine Corps veteran.
Yes, so I spent 8 years in the Marine Corps, and now I enjoyed it for the most part. Obviously, there's ups and downs like everything else, and I was proud of my service, and now I'm ready to, get out and follow my passion, which is art, and which is, what I wanted to do in the beginning. So
thank you.
Yeah.
And I want to take this time to thank you for your service, because a lot of the time, we just walk around this country and we're happy that we have the freedoms that we have, but we don't know at what cost. And sometimes we forget about those people that defend us. So I do want to take the time to just thank you and to thank your family for giving back to the country in that way.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that. There's a lot of, my friends out there and that have laid down their lives for this great country, and any support that we get from the civilian side is greatly appreciated. And I know right now there's still out there a lot of service members out there fighting for us, and so we just need to give them our support, give them our love, so they can continue on with their service for us, so we can enjoy the freedom that we're having right now. And I really appreciate that, because now we're being able to do this without,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a really good point, because like I said, it's those things that we don't think about, and now we are able to enjoy the freedoms that have been fought for. So thank you, Richard, and thank you to the team that went with you during all your different missions that you had. And Richard is our illustrator for Lupita and the Magic of Mexico. Tell us about your experience, because me as the writer, I've just been telling you, Richard, this is what I envision, and somehow you've been able to make it happen. How the heck do you do that?
So I just kind of take it page by page. I know I've read the whole book, obviously, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but from the moment that I've read the first few pages, I just realized that, oh man, when I was a child, I could relate to where Lupita is going through her journey, and as a minority myself, I feel that, and I feel like this book needs to be out there and needs to be read by a lot of people, because this book brings out a really good message, very inspiring, and it's colorful, it has meaning, it has values, I mean, what I did was I just kind of take it page by page, read it line by line, and I kind of bring out the message of each pages, and I just kind of put on my little flair into it, just made it colorful, vibrant for the children's eyes as well as the parents, you know, because when the parents reads the book, the parents understand it better. And then when the child sees the pages on the drawing, I want to be able to illustrate something that when a child sees something, they can relate to it, and they can be like, oh, I recognize that thing, I recognize that color. And, you know, I just want to bring out happiness.
Exactly. And I see that whenever you show me the different pieces. So with this book, I am just incredibly excited because it's not just the children's book, but his artistic ability is amazing. You've seen just a couple of his paintings, and like I said, I don't want to share them all with you right away because it'll ruin the surprise. But guys, he is incredibly talented. So this book, yes, it has a great story, but it's got such a professional artist on the other side that has brought his work to us and that is sharing it with us. So I truly appreciate that, Richard. When I send you my ideas, I have a picture in my mind, and when you're able to really bring it out there and bring it to life, I'm amazed every time because I'm like, how the heck does he know? You know? And so I find it amazing, and I am thankful for you that you wanted to be a part of this journey with me. And for me, it's also I take a lot of value in that you mentioned that you're also a minority and that you can relate to it. Because
definitely.
Yes, because this message of unity continues in anything that I do and in anything that Richard does. We are focused on uniting our communities, and we do that through our different talents. Richard does it through his artwork. So I truly appreciate that, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. Do you want to share with our community what other projects that you're working on?
So ever since getting out of the Marine Corps, I've been kind of, you know, putting my foot on the gas pedal and just kind of talking to different type of people, different companies, trying to get my work out there. And, you know, the hard part, you know, it's paying off. Right now I have, let's see how many projects, I don't even, probably like 6 or 7 projects going on right now. I do have this project that I'm working on right now for Raleigh SuperCon. I'm going to have a booth there on July 27th to the 29th. And I'm doing a lot of pop culture art, a lot of superhero drawings. You know, a lot of them is going to be colorful, vibrant, again, with my style. And another company that I work for in Louisiana right now, they are a fashion company. And I'm just doing a lot of designs for them, some jackets, robes, some things I can, you know, I'm not allowed to talk about. I'm not even allowed to mention their name per the contract. So, but they're gonna unveil their fashion line here soon, come June or July. So, so very soon.
Yeah.
And his brother as well is also a fashion designer, and I'm designing some bags for him too.
Oh my gosh.
Besides that, I have commissions here and there, from portraits to logos to just about anything else I can do. Fine art, custom art, and digital designs.
Wow.
So.
And I think that that's so great because you're so versatile. Like, there are all these different things you know how to do. And when I look at your Instagram page, I see the different styles that you're able to bring to life. And I find that amazing because sometimes you meet artists that are wonderful in all that they do, and they have just this one area that they focus on. But for you, it's like you can do so many things. And that's such a great gift. It's so cool.
Right. Yeah, you know, I try not to box myself in one specific genre. That's why I like to call myself a multidisciplinary artist, because I can, next thing you know, I'm painting custom shoes, and then next thing you know, I'm doing a business logo.
Yeah.
So, and I don't like, I guess I get bored a lot with things, but I don't like staying in just one specific genre, and I don't want that to define me.
Exactly.
I'm an artist. I enjoy doing art, and I will do any kind of art. If I ever get a chance to do some sculpting, I will do some sculpting. But you know, right now I'm focusing on doing a lot of visual art.
Awesome. Yeah. So definitely you don't want to limit yourself. You love the freedom that you have and with your creativity.
Right.
Which is wonderful. That's I think the main thing about being an artist is you want to keep exploring. You want to keep exploring different mediums too.
Yeah, because right now I feel like with my newfound freedom getting out of the military, when I was in the military, I don't know, I feel like my creativity has kind of been just, pushed down a little bit, because it's not like, I had a lot of opportunity in the Marine Corps to paint some murals on different ships and different, locations, but I feel like now my creativity is even better now that I'm out, because I have this freedom to do just whatever, and I can do it anytime. And I feel like a little kid now, and like I don't know which project to take on first, but I'm really happy that I'm getting to do this right now. So
yes, and we're grateful to have you, because like I said, you've done so much for the country, and then now it's your turn to really explore your different avenues and explore your passions. And I know a lot of people have seen your work, and they're big fans of your work, of everything that you've done. So I do want to thank you for all of that you've done for the country, but also with your artwork.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah. Is there anything that you want to share with our viewers? Maybe something that you've been working on, or any kind of news?
So my news, obviously, I have the booth at Raleigh SuperCon next. I want to go to, different types of comic convention, drawing and doing art, and I just want to get my work out there. But if you want to share some of the pages, so let's see.
Cool. Okay, let's see.
There we go. So we go by. We're not trying to spoil anything, but here's just a little taste of. I don't know if you all can see that. But here's page 1. You can see on this page we're still kind of, experimenting with the design and the style where we're going. But we got Martha right here and Lupita. And on page 2, you can see that we're getting there. We're getting our design, our style. And then on page 3, that's where it gets crazy, because now you just get all these details. You got the landscape, you got the church, and then, on page 4.
Do you want me to bring it up? I can bring it up so they can see it. Okay, so we'll show you. I'm not showing you all of them, because I know you want to see them all, and I won't show them all. But I'll show you this one. And let me get up to the camera. You'll be able to see it. This is the one that I've shared on my page. And this is one of my favorites, actually, because it shows the cathedral in the background. And you see Ma and Lupita here. She's pointing at the cathedral saying, well, I won't tell you what she's saying, but she's questioning. She's saying, what is that? And her mom later explains it to her. I'll show you one more page, and that'll be the last one. How crazy is that? Richard did that. I don't know how he did it, but I'm telling you, it's just so detailed. It's so detailed. How can I show them her face? There it is. Look at all of that detail, you guys. I'm telling you, it's just, it's been so exciting for me to be able to watch Richard do all of this. It's been such a pleasure for me to watch all of this come to life. How has it been for you, Richard, doing all this stuff?
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's been great. I know different pages takes different amount of time to work on, and a lot of experimenting with the colors and the composition and what works. And, I'd go through a dozen sketches before I even get to the final drawing. And for this page particularly, I was envisioning a parade, but not just like a normal parade. I'm envisioning it some kind of, I don't want to make them look like ghosts per se, but I want to give them an aura of being mystic, I guess. And because this is all seen through Lupita's eyes. This is all her perspective. This is what a child sees. So a child sees colors, they see shape, and, to them, this is not just a normal parade. To a child like Lupita, this is some kind of majestic parade for her. I can't really find the right words for it, but I know that my vocabulary is limited, but I know how to convey that feeling. So, and that's what I came up with.
And I think that's so cool because in a lot of his paintings, he does that. He puts himself in Lupita's shoes, and that's where he's speaking from. So when you see a lot of these different pages, it is such genuine artwork to me. And I really love the way that he's been able to bring that to life. So this is actually one of my favorite ones, but I know it may not be the last favorite one because we still have a lot of pages to go through.
I'm excited to get to that part where, well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's one scene in there that I know it's going to be crazy to draw. And yeah, I'm excited. So.
Yeah, and we will definitely keep you posted on the growth of the book, and I am going to include Richard's link down below so that way you can go to his website, you can check out his work, and stay in touch with him because he will also be doing videos later in the future and sharing a lot of different projects that he's doing. So Richard, I want to thank you for being on the channel today.
Thank you for inviting me here.
Absolutely, anytime. And I know that you can probably hear the dogs downstairs. They're a mess. They are a mess. We put them away so that they wouldn't scream, but because we put them away, they're screaming. So that's okay. Just want to let you know about that. But thank you, Richard, for being on this show. I will be in contact with you, and we will have more to share with you about Lupita Inspires. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will connect with you again soon. Bye-bye.